Greetings, everyone. Welcome to episode 22 of the Skull Mug, show in which I drink beer, talk about random bullshit, and just try to have a good time, have a good conversation. On this episode, as you can see, I'm wearing a brand new Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind long sleeve that I saw online. Came across this on Tumblr and I was like, holy shit, like I have to buy this, it's fucking incredible. I'll give you a little bit of a closer look there. Yeah, it's so fucking dope. I absolutely love this. I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan, huge Elder Scrolls nerd. It's got this writing up and down the side on both sleeves. The side's in Daedric. This side's mostly just in like symbols and stuff. And then on the back, there's another logo, which is pretty cool. More artwork. I'm very, very stoked on this, though. I guess I might be outing myself as a poser because I've played Morrowind, but I've never actually beaten it before. I've never gotten that far in the game, but I am a huge lore nerd when it comes to the Elder Scrolls series, so as soon as I saw this, I had to buy it, because I'm a huge fan. But on this episode, excuse me, I am still sick of COVID, possibly, potentially. We're going to be drinking a very special beer. This is a beer done by Voivod, called Lost Machine. Check that out. So fucking sick. Like, I saw this and I lost my mind. I had no idea that Voivod had beer. I immediately had to pick it up. Of course, now Midnight has beer as well, but it's only in the States, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to get my hands on that. But this is, it's a Hopfenstark type beer, 5%, so it's not that high. On the side, it says the inspiration behind this beer comes from a song by metal/prog legend Voivod, voivod.com. There's a quote, my father gave me a small stone that he received from his father. This stone was brought from Earth by our early ancestors over 300 years ago, since the machine started working. Our mission, my mission, to reach central control and throw it into some vital part of the main engine to blow the precious generator. I do not want to have to pass this down to my own son. I have no idea what that's from. Is that a quote from a Voivod song? I don't think so. At least not one that I know. Then on the back it says Steinbier, historic German lager beer made with stones heated in wood, fired and lowered into the beer during the brewing process. Oh, giving the beer its unique caramel and mineral notes. Oh, that sounds fucking good. Caramel, tasty. And this is done by, let's see, La Micro Québécoise Auguste Dumont. Host Brewery welcomes the world. Okay, there's a lot of text on this label, and I don't know what half of it means. My French is getting a little bit better, though. I don't know if you noticed that. I think my accent is like, it's better than it used to be. Let's crack this baby open. Got the mug here. We'll give it a little pour. Oh yeah, you can see the golden caramel color to it. It looks tasty. Hopefully my smell isn't so dulled, my sense of smell, that I can actually like enjoy this for what it is. Yeah, I can smell caramel in this. Interesting. It's actually really light, a lot lighter than I would have expected. Honestly, most bands who do beers, I find that they usually go for IPAs or stouts because those are like the darkest and the hardest kind of beers, you know? So metal and rock bands, of course, want to go towards that kind of thing, and punk bands as well. But yeah, no, it's interesting that this band, that Voivod decided to go with something that tastes a lot more light. There's definitely a sweetness to it, and the caramel notes are coming through, but I'm wondering if it's just because of my dulled sense of taste because I'm still getting over the flu. that maybe it's not coming through as much as it normally would. Like, honestly, I could see myself drinking an entire 6-pack of this throughout the course of a night, because it's not very difficult to go down. It's, again, I'm just going to keep using the word light over and over and over again, but it is. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's easy to drink. I feel like my partner would like this a lot, honestly. I'll have to get one for her because now this is gone. But it's good. I like it. Now, what I'm going to talk about in this episode is something that is not politically charged, something that is not really all that important, but something that I wanted to share with all of you who watch this show, which isn't a lot of people. I'm aware of that. I think I have like 6 people who maybe watch this show like on a regular basis, but you know what? To all 6 of you, I appreciate the fuck out of you. What I want to do is I want to show you every patch that's on my battle jacket. Hell yeah. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a long time, and I figured, hey, since I'm sick and I'm home from work for the whole week, this is my last day off before the weekend. My last abnormal day off, I guess I should say. I figured, why not? Let's do this. So, we'll start off on the top up here, and we'll go down on the front on both sides, and then we'll switch it around to the back. So, I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to lay this down on the floor, and I'm going to go close up with the camera. So, give me a second. We'll be right back. Transition. Alright, so here we are. Starting out on the top left, we have Infrared, their Canadian metal patch. I have no idea if this is a reference to Darkthrone or not. It might be, but I really like the design on this. You have the 3 guitars that are like imitating the maple leaf flag. They have the Canadian flag layout here, Infrared's logo. They're a thrash metal band from Ottawa, I think. They're really good. They're buds of mine. I've seen them play here in Montreal a couple times and had chats with them every now and then. I think I'd like to interview them someday. They have a new album coming out in a few days, I think. Moving over, we have Revocation, of course, classic technical thrash / death metal. Fucking love Revocation. They've been a huge influence on me. David Davidson's guitar work is unreal. It's fucking out of this world. We go to Kvelertak, also a huge inspiration on me. Kvelertak, of course, being a hard rock, punk rock meets black metal outfit from Norway. A lot of people call them black and roll, and I think they fit that label well. I really, really like their last album, and they also have been a huge, huge influence on Mistwalker and the other music that I make as well. Here we have Hitman, who is a groove metal / sludge metal band, I guess. Stoner doom band with a little bit of thrash in there as well, from Nova Scotia. I saw them play in St. John's several years back, and they were pretty good. Everything louder than everything else. Classic Motorhead quote. Gotta have that up here at the very top. Then we go to Winterhearth. Winterhearth is a blackened thrash death metal band from St. John's. I'm pretty good close friends with Andrew Marsh, the main guy behind the band. I've interviewed him like 2 or 3 times now for Heavy NFLD. They released a new album last year, I think it was, called Riverbed Empire, which fucking rips. It blew my goddamn mind. I'm really happy to be able to rep Winterhearth here on my battle jacket. The only thing I don't like is how like I laid things out here, so you have like boom, 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 and then there's like not enough space here, and I just kind of like stuck the Winterhearth patch in here because I was like, whoa, I don't know where to fucking go. So maybe someday I'll remove these patches and I'll like fix this up, but as for now, this is where it's staying. Then we go here, CW. Now what could that stand for? Well, it stands for Chemical Way. They are a crossover band, definitely more in the thrash and the punk side of things, from here in Montreal. Beer Police Crew. I'm very happy to rep Chemical Way here on my vest because they fucking rip. Holy shit. One of the best bands in the local scene, in my opinion. Their last album was fucking killer. They sound a lot like Municipal Waste and Iron Reagan, they definitely take a huge amount of influence from that playbook. So if that sounds like something you're into, definitely check them out. We got a regular old Motorhead patch down here that was given to me by a friend of mine, an old coworker actually from Value Village, a guy by the name of Andrew. He bought like a denim vest at Value Village when we were at work one day, and there were patches on it that he didn't want on there, so he just took them off and gave them to me. I think I gave him like $5 for them. There's a few. So I'm really happy that I got this. This is one of, 2 Motorhead patches that I have on this vest. And coming down, we got Gojira. I guess a little bit out of the ordinary, maybe, for the patches that I have on this vest. I don't know. This vest doesn't really have any theme. It's more or less just these are all bands that I like. It's the first vest I ever made, so I'm kind of like, there's no consistent theme. It's just everything, whatever the fuck, you know? So Gojira, of course, everyone knows who they are. I really liked the new album they did, Fortitude, this year. It's probably going to end up in my best of list by the end of the year. If you haven't heard it, definitely check it out. And then we have Bloody Diamonds. Now, I actually have 2 Bloody Diamonds patches. I have this one, and I have a larger back patch version of this that I have on my Stoner vest, because they are a stoner rock band, also from Nova Scotia, I think. They're either from Nova Scotia or New Brunswick. I think it's Nova Scotia. They had played in St. John's many times. I caught them once, and I actually did an interview with them for Heavy NFLD, though it was the first time I'd ever done a video interview, and it's fucking awful. Like, I feel really bad because I did such a bad job, and I was clearly such a fucking amateur. But I'm glad that I did it because it allowed me to get my foot in the door to interview other bands. So I apologize to the people from Bloody Diamonds. I don't even know if they're still a band, actually. They might not be. I think they might have broken up a little while ago. Then over here we have Pink Cocoon, Doom Blues MTL, of course. This is Mark Zola's project. He's since changed the name of the project, and so I don't know if I'm going to keep this patch on there, but yeah. Up here, by the way, also one of my favorite patches on this vest, the Republic of Newfoundland flag. Every time people look at this, they think it's a faded Italian flag, and I have to explain to them, no, this is actually the flag from before Newfoundland joined Canada, when it was still in control of being controlled by the United Kingdom. And it's definitely a source of Newfie pride for a lot of people. For those of you who don't know, though I'm sure everyone watching this at this point knows I am from Newfoundland. So I saw this in the Avalon Mall one day, and I was like, fuck, I need to get that. So there it is. Coming down to the bottom, we've got Dead Guard. They are a melodic death metal band from St. John's. I've seen them play numerous times. They're one of my favorite bands from the city. They definitely have a Deathclock-esque vibe to them, like Deathclock meets Amon Amarth, so if that sounds like something you're into, certainly check them out. They are fucking incredible. Then we have Flesh God Apocalypse. Of course, everyone knows who they are. Symphonic death metal from Italy. Was huge into them as a teenager. Not so much these days. My taste has kind of changed, and I don't really vibe with their music as much, but I still think they're good. I still don't mind repping them. I still think this is a decent patch to have, especially because on this bottom piece here, it's like I have all these small rectangular patches, and I think this is the best place to put them. So yeah, then we got Bathory. Of course, needs no introduction. It's just the Bathory logo in the Gothic font. I like it because it's minimalist. Definitely love Bathory. Got to give a lot of respect to Corthon. Black metal wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for him, so respect. Testament, of course, classic thrash, also needs no introduction. Not as into their modern stuff, honestly, as their older shit, like, the Souls of Black era. Testament is where it's at for me. The modern shit, it just feels too clean and too well produced, so I'm kind of on Testament these days, but their old shit still works for me, so I don't mind keeping this patch on. La Armada, that's a hardcore band from somewhere in Central or South America. I forget where exactly. I saw them play at Foofs a while back. They opened for Belvedere and the Satanic Surfers. They were really, really good, really chill guys as well, and they were definitely my favorite band of that night, so I saw this patch, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to buy that and help support them. I wish I could remember what country they're from, but I can't, unfortunately. Then we have this Mastodon patch. Mastodon, one of my favorite bands of all time. Even their modern shit that a lot of people don't like, I still like. I really like The Hunter, Once More Around the Sun. Emperor of Sand, I think, is actually one of the best albums in their discography. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who would disagree with me on that. People who are very purists and want Mastodon to go back to the way things were on Remission and Leviathan, but that's not going to happen. So, fuck you. It's not going to happen. But no, I really like Mastodon. I'm excited for their new album. I can't wait for it to come out. Then we have Vor. They're a thrash metal band from here in Montreal, I think. They've been on the go for fucking ever. I saw them play once. They actually played with Infrared one of the times that I saw them. Saw this patch and I thought it seemed cool. I like the orange coloring. I like the way the logo is styled out there, and I like the fact that it just says Evil Metal. Evil! Yeah. We have Ghost, of course, another band that needs no introduction. A lot of metalheads don't like Ghost, but I don't give a fuck. I think they're great. I love this band so much. I've seen them play twice, and I really hope I get the opportunity to see them play again. Really looking forward to what they do next as well. Then we have 3 bands that also need no introduction. Venom, Slayer, and Death. I like this Venom patch in particular because it's shiny. It's like kind of glittery. It's got that kind of effect to it. I've seen some other people with this patch. I got it at Metalomania, which is a metal store, like a merch store, t-shirts and stuff. They sell that kind of thing here in Montreal. They closed down, though, during the pandemic, and now they only sell stuff online, which sucks, but that's what it is. The Slayer patch I really like because it's got the cutout. It's like a die cut patch, so you have to... It's a bitch to sew on. Like, I hate sewing these patches, but they look so fucking cool, so it's kind of like whatever. And yeah, I mean, Death is just the Death logo. What more do you want? God, I'm dying. So we have another infrared patch over here. This one's circular, so it makes it a little bit interesting. I don't really like the fact that I have 2 infrared patches on my vest. I think I might end up removing this one and putting it on my eventual thrash metal jacket, like specifically thrash metal, that I want to make in the future. But as for right now, it's going to stay where it is. We have a Tool patch up here. I am a big fan of Tool, although their most recent album was pretty fucking disappointing, if I do say so myself. Although I'm sure there were a lot of people out there who saw that coming a mile away, given how long it took for that thing to come out. But I still like Tool's earlier stuff. I also really like 10,000 Days, so I see no reason not to keep this on here. Then we have this Inquisition patch, which I don't know if I'm going to keep this patch on. Like, I don't want to get rid of it because, I already spent the money buying this shit. I bought this Inquisition patch like years and years ago, long before any of those accusations about Dagon came out with regards to him potentially being a sex criminal. So yeah, I probably won't keep this patch on my vest, but I'm also not going to get rid of it because I feel like if I got rid of it, I wouldn't be any better than those fucking morons who burned all their Nikes after the Colin Kaepernick thing. It's like, I already spent my money on it, so why the fuck would I get rid of it? I still own my Burzum records, even though I probably wouldn't buy anything from Burzum these days, Then we got up here another circular patch. This is the last circular patch. It's actually the sword. Funny story about this patch is that I saw the sword. It's where I met my partner, actually. It was at this show. And I wanted a sword patch, and I saw this one, and I was like, oh, that looks super cool. So I bought it. And it was only months after the fact that I realized it actually says the SWORD. Like, I literally just thought it was some weird, crazy design. I didn't realize it was actually just the logo done, like, around this circle. And I kicked myself ever since then because I can't believe I was that fucking stupid. Fuck! Then we got a Megadeth patch up here for Peace Sells, but he was buying. Classic album. Very happy to have this on here, even though I don't like Dave Mustaine. He's kind of a piece of shit. But whatever, I like this album. I don't mind repping it. And then we got the last of the back patches, well, besides the main back patch, of course, which I've been saving, is Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. I love this artwork. One of my favorite fucking albums of all time, so I'm very, very happy to have this on the vest. Then, the main back patch is boom. Dark Throne, Transylvanian Hunger. Fucking iconic. I love, love, love this album. My favorite band of all time, as many of you will know. I just finished covering the entirety of Fuck Off and Die, the album. So if it wasn't clear that Dark Throne is like my favorite band of all time and also a huge influence on the music that I create, it shouldn't be any more clear than now. Alright, so let's switch around to the other side. Okay, so here we are on the front. Starting up here at the top, we got Municipal Waste. Fucking love that band, though in my opinion their more recent material has been kind of just more of the same. Haunt, one of the best new wave of traditional heavy metal bands out right now. Fucking love these guys. I really like their last album. Fucking check them out if you haven't heard of them. They're definitely worth your time. We got a Dark Funeral patch down here that was given to me by a friend of mine named Chris. Chris, if you're watching this, hey, thanks for giving me this thing. This patch keeps falling off. I need to re-sew it because it's on a pocket, and like every time I keep my earplugs in here for when we go to shows, so every time I reach in to grab earplugs, it like fucks it up. I got a few pins here as well. We got like Voivod, Nothing Face, just the black and red Voivod logo, and this black and red Midnight logo pin. Coming down here, we got another Dark Throne patch. True Norwegian black metal. Fuck yeah! Again, huge influence. And then we have Voivod. Yeah, that's once again the beer that I'm drinking right now is a Voivod themed beer. So shout out to Voivod. They've also been a huge influence on me in terms of my guitar work and songwriting. I think that's going to come through on the new Mistwalker album a lot, by the way. Up top here, we got Metallica, of course, classic. I mean, what even needs to be said about Metallica? And underneath that, we got Phobocosm. They are I think I would describe them as an atmospheric death metal band. They're from here in Montreal. I haven't heard from them in a long time, but I saw them once, man, like 3-4 years ago maybe, and they fucking blew my mind. They played a show with Fantafaxit, the black metal band, and I thought they were really cool, so I picked up this patch. This was actually one of the first patches that I put on this vest, believe it or not. Then down here, we've got 3 pins, of course, Doom and Blue, hard to see with the light. That's a friend of mine's band, Heavy NFLD. Of course, if you're watching this, you should probably know what Heavy NFLD is. If you don't, it's the blog that I run in which I dedicate news and coverage to local bands in Newfoundland and Labrador. And we have a Winterhearth pin. Underneath that, we got the Greyjoy patch. This is, well, these 2 patches here, Greyjoy and just like the 666, are probably the only non-metal patches that I have on this entire vest. Oh, well, also the Newfoundland Republic flag. The Greyjoys are always my favorite house in Game of Thrones and Song of Ice and Fire because they basically remind me of Newfoundland. They're basically a bunch of fucking drunk sailors who fight each other all the time. So I definitely identified with that. The 666 patch, I mean, I just want that to piss off Christians because it's in my nature. It's a remnant from my teenage edgelord days. Then we have Mayhem. Not much to really say about them. I mean, fucking iconic black metal band. Black metal wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for these guys, so I had to include them on this vest. And the Black Dahlia Murder with the album art from not their most recent album. Their most recent album is Verminous, but this is Nightbringers, the one they put out before that, which is one of my favorite albums in their entire discography. I actually didn't like Verminous that much, but Nightbringers, fucking solid record, so I'm really happy to be able to rep that on this vest. The other thing about this vest is that on the inside I actually have a bunch of signatures and shit from people that I've collected over the years. Half of them half of them I don't even remember, honestly, because it's been so long, and most of them, when I asked people to sign the inside of this, I was like drunk as fuck, but I'll try to remember what I have here. So we got Dano, who is the current bass player of Ex Deo. He's also in a friend of mine's band called Leather Up Your Ass, who are a traditional heavy metal cover band here in Montreal. We got Rob Butler. He is the frontman of a punk band called Brainer back in St. John's. We got Corey Merrigan. He said R.I.P. Reclamation, August 4th, 2019. Reclamation was a Lamb of God cover band that Corey was in back in St. John's, and August 4th was their last show. We got Aaron up here who gave me a little love letter. What else we got? There's a signature here. I'm not sure. Oh, that's Mike Small, I think. Mike Small's in like 4 or 5 different bands. Jaded Truth. Who else? Man, I can't even remember the bands he's in. Tower of Skulls is another one. There's a bunch. We got Donnie. Donnie, I don't think he's in a band, but he is a vocalist who occasionally does work with like live bands. He's done like guest features and shit. Donnie Hutchings. Like these signatures here, I can't even begin to tell you who they are. I have them posted on my Facebook somewhere, so maybe I'll go back through these signatures some other time and tell you all who they are. I know that I have down here, these are 4 of the 5 members of Ephenomere, the French melodic death metal band. I saw them play, I want to say I saw them play with Ailstorm last time Ailstorm came through, and I really enjoyed them. I thought they were cool, so I got them to sign the inside of my vest. What else we got up here? I think I can't tell who that is. And then over here, I know this up here. So these are all the guys from Ritual Master, doom metal band from here in Montreal, who are no longer active, or at least are on hiatus since they lost 2 of their members, and I ganked their guitar player. Yeah, their guitar player Rob is now the live guitarist of Mistwalker. Ritual Master was one of my favorite bands in the city, and it is sad that they're no longer together, at least in the lineup form that I knew them in. But you know, this stuff happens with bands. Bands break up. It's just a natural course of life. So yeah, that's everyone who I can remember. I'll probably go through this again and restate who all these signatures belong to. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Skull Mug. I'm gonna take another sip of this Voivod beer. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.